Good morning, dear students. In last topic, I have completed chapter 10, motion and measurement of distance. Motion and measurement of distance. Last topic I have completed. Last chapter I have completed motion and measurement of distance. Only question answer and exercises are remaining. So I will give you summary, just a summary of chapter 10, and after that I will tell you uh, about exercises, and you have to write in copy. So in motion and measurement of distance, in this chapter you studied story of transport and need to measure distance, and in under this activity 1, to measure the length of table without using meter scale, and in this activity 2 was to measure the length of dining table by using hand span, and then I taught you what is measurement, and then need for measuring scale, and advantage, what is the advantages of using scale, and need for standard scale or standard unit, need for standard scale or standard unit, and in this I explained standard unit of length, what is the standard unit of length, and then I taught you multiples of meter, submultiples of meter, and after that I explain you sources of error in measuring length, and then in this error due to the thickness of the scale, and error due to wrong placement of the scale, and after that in this two activities, activity 3, page number 124, first activity third was to measure the length of a curved line using a thread, and then activity 4 to measure the length of a curved line using a divider, and after that I taught you introduction to motion, what is motion, what is rest, and rest and motion I will explain from here again, rest and motion. So what is the rest? When the position of the body with respect to its surrounding does not change with time, the body is said to be a rest position. When the position of the body with surrounding with time it is not changed, then we can say it as the body is said to be in rest position. And in the motion, when the position of a body with respect to its surrounding changes with time, and the body is said to be in the motion, the body is said to be in the motion, and rest and motions are related terms. I have given one example in this. When you are traveling by a bus, then when you compare your position with respect to the surrounding outside the bus, such as trees, fields, houses, etc., you will find that your position is changing with respect to them. When you are means we can say that you are in state of motion, but if you compare your position inside the bus, then it is not changing with surrounding and with the surrounding inside the bus, that is such as passengers, walls, roof of the bus. You will find that your position is not changing with respect to the surroundings, and hence you are at rest position. And in this I explained you different kinds of motion, and first motion was translatory motion, the motion in which all the particles of a body move through the same distance in the same time is called the motion of translation. And I explain you motion of translation. It is of two types. First one is the rectilinear and second one is the curvilinear. First motion was rectilinear and second motion was curvilinear. And what is the rectilinear motion? When a body moves along through a straight line, the motion described by the body is rectilinear motion. The motion is described by the body is the rectilinear motion. And in this I have given some examples. Example was the train moving on a straight rail track, and the car moving on a straight road, a freely falling stone, a coin moving over a carom board. And curvilinear motion, when a body moves along a curved line, the motion described by the body is called curvilinear motion. Examples of curvilinear motion: a ball thrown upward at an angle, and a car or train moving along a curved road or track. and circular motion or rotatory motion, motion in which a body, and second motion was circulatory motion or rotatory motion, a motion in which a body moves about a fixed axis without changing its position is called the rotatory motion. In rotatory motion I have given some examples, and example was a spinning wheel or charkha, spinning top, and potter's wheel, ceiling fan, and the earth revolving around the sun or the moon revolving around the earth. And oscillatory motion, third motion was oscillatory motion. Some objects move as a whole, some objects move as a whole to and fro or back and forth, to and fro or back and forth along the same path without any change in the shape. The motion of such object is called the oscillatory motion. I have given examples of the oscillatory motion: a boy on a swing, the pendulum of a clock moving to and fro, the pendulum of a clock moving to and fro, and the needle of a swing machine moving up and down, the needle of a swing machine moving up and down. And similarly the piston of a motor car, the pressing cylinder of a juice machine at a fruit seller's shop. Vibratory motion, what is the vibratory motion? And the vibratory motion is also a kind of oscillatory motion in which the moving object undergoes change in shape or size. And next I explained you periodic motion. What is the periodic motion? A repetitive motion which repeats itself after a fixed interval or regular interval of time is called the periodic motion. A repetitive motion which repeats itself after a fixed interval or regular interval of time is called periodic motion. I have given some examples on that day, examples of the periodic motion. The piston of a motor car engine running at a constant speed, the piston of a motor car running at a constant speed, the swinging pendulum of a wall clock, the swinging pendulum of a wall clock. And third example was the needle of a swing machine running at a constant speed. And then heart of a resting normal person beating 72 times a minute, and the motion of a swing, the movement of the lungs during breathing, and the earth rotating about its axis in 24 hours, revolution of the earth around the sun, and non-periodic motion. What is the non-periodic motion? A repetitive motion which repeats itself but not at fixed intervals of time is called the non-periodic motion. Examples of the non-periodic motion: a football player running in the field. Is performing non-periodic motion, as sometimes he runs fast and sometimes slowly. And when the brakes are applied, when the brakes are applied to a moving vehicle, the motion described by the wheels is non-periodic. And a cricket ball rolling down the ground gradually slows down and finally stops, and hence is performing non-periodic motion. And uniform motion, what is the uniform motion? When a body covers equal distances in equal interval of time, when a body covers equal distances in equal intervals of time in a same straight line, the body is said to be is uniform motion. And non-uniform motion, when a body covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time, the body is said to be in a same straight line, the body is said to be in the non-uniform motion. The body covered unequal distances with equal intervals of time along the same straight line, the body is said to be in non-uniform motion. And I have given examples. And a cyclist cycling on a busy street road, describing a non-uniform motion, because sometimes fast, sometimes slow, so it describing non-uniform motion. So chapter 10 you have to read. Once you read, and some kinds of motion are given, and in this you have to do with yourself. First you have to read it, and then you have to learn the definitions. What definitions I have given, that's why I have explained once. and you have to read and you have to learn the definitions, and then I will give you question answer, means then I will give you exercises of chapter 10.